What's up, guys? It's your boy Don here, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Guys, I'm decided to continue on with our tactical tutorials that we've been doing over the past couple of weeks, but I decided to change the pace a little bit and bring a specific game to your attention, more so in line with what the title of this video is: how to get more wins when losing in FUT Champions. So guys, if you are hyped for this video, please drop a like on this video. If you do enjoy it, if you want to drop a like now or at the end, it's entirely up to you, but drop a like on this video, subscribe, put the bell on so you know exactly when these videos do go live. And as well, if you want to come check me out on Twitch, the link to my Twitch channel is down below in the description. Welcome in, everybody. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So, how to get more wins, well, how to get wins in FUT Champions when you are losing, and specifically when you are losing. So as I have previously done over the last few weeks, some of the videos that I've put out have been kind of like a bit of kind of stop and start, break, a little bit of a breakdown. And we've talked about a lot of, how can I say, technical side of FIFA, you know, what buttons to press, when to press, and things like that. This video is going to be more so about the mental side. Now, I did touch on that in terms of my defending tutorials, but again, in these moments here, this is what I think, these are my tips on how you need to get these wins, how to get these wins when you are losing. So as you guys can see, I've gone down 1-0 very early. Now, both of these goals are defensive errors, right? So if you want to go back and watch these goals again, then by all means go ahead and do so. But these goals were defensive errors. You're going to see another defensive error here. Again, rushing my passes. I had an opportunity to pass, I messed up. I unfortunately had another opportunity to pass again, I messed up again. I was rushing my passes. Again, Mason Greenwood, absolute danger man in this game, punished me, and then Messi makes it 2-0, and I'm in trouble. 10 minutes into the game, I'm already 2-0 down. Now, what do you do in these situations? First thing, probably the biggest one. Usually people leave the biggest one to last, but I'm gonna say it right here off the jump. Don't panic, all right? For the good news is, crazy enough, that's good news. The good news is the fact that you've gone down, you are losing very early in the game, so you have plenty of time to try and get back in the game. All right. So the best thing that you can do is try and stay calm and think about what you have to do to get back in the game. All right. Your formation isn't bad just yet. All right, you haven't really tested your formation against his opponents. So don't switch out your formation just yet. Don't go all gung-ho so early in the game when it's only 10 minutes in. All right, so first thing is, do not panic. All right, keep the composure. Learn from this. Is when you have to learn from your mistakes. I made 2 mistakes here. First mistake in the first goal, I played the offside trap when he was in my final third. Don't do that. All right. Second, obviously, as I mentioned before, I rushed my passes. All right. Learn from your mistakes. So don't panic. That's the first thing you do. Do not panic. My days, don't panic. Please just try and stay calm and think about what you have to do. All right. Second bit of advice, and I've said this over and over again: play the man, not the team. All right. Now, if you want, about in this live stream, I was actually saying that, oh my goodness, he's got Messi, you know, he's got Mbappe, he's got Mason Greenwood. Okay, big mistake. I'm showing you my mistakes so that you can learn from my mistake. The smartest person in the world learns from other people's mistakes as well as their own, but learn from other people's mistakes. So I'm here to show you my mistakes so that you can actually learn from them and not make them yourself. Okay. So third advice. If you feel that in the game something is not working, all right, change it. If something is not working in your formation, change all your tactics, change it. I decided to stay in the 4-4-2 because it's my strongest formation. I was rocking the 4-2-2, but I decided to go in the 4-4-2 because I am testing out a new custom tactics for the 4-4-2. That video is coming later on in the next couple of weeks, but I'm still testing out what the best 4-4-2 is in this patch. All right, so far it's not working, but I decided to change something and kind of not press, but bring the line up a little bit higher to try and win the ball back quite early, because I don't want to sit back too much and time is running out, because right now time is not on my side. So if something is not working in either your formation or your tactics, change it. All right. So here I score an incredibly really good goal, if I do say so myself. I'm bigging myself up here, all right? If I do say so myself, it was a pretty good goal, all right? I played a nice little driven pass with Emerson. I think that was Emerson. I'm not sure if Emerson or Mane, but I played a nice driven pass to Messi, and Messi has an absolute great finish. He does. I'm taking a deep breath because I'm remembering a game where Messi had an opportunity to score. The shooting is not great in this patch, but again, I say this in every video, I'm not going to talk about it in this video. Okay, but then on this occasion, Messi scored a nice little first time shot on his stronger foot this time, and I'm back in the game 2-1. Again, I'm not going to panic. Another tip. I'm saying this off the cuff, guys, right? Because I'm actually watching this game as I'm talking to you as well. Another bit of advice I will say, and I was researching this just before I did this recording, and I remember when I was doing focus groups, they were talking about what stimulates brain activity. All right, eat something. Now here, I don't usually eat anything during my live stream, but I'm actually going to start doing it as well. When I used to do focus groups, they used to get us to play with, like, to get us talking, they put like objects on the table and food to try and get brain activity. So when you're moving, touching things with your hands, it stimulates brain activity. When you're eating, it stimulates brain activity. It causes the brain to be more alert. One thing I'm doing when I'm working out is that I'm always thinking about food. So when you're actually chewing, you're not thinking about food. So really what you're trying to do is get your mind to think about only the game. You don't think about food. It don't think about being tired or anything like that. It stimulates a brain alertness and activity. So try and see if you can chew on something or bite something, or even take a drink. You know, take a few sips of your drink just to try and stimulate brain activity. Here again. Now I'm 2-2. What did I do? I pressed very, very high. As you can see, the high press, not team press, but when I brought my depth up, I was able to win the ball back a lot early. And in that moment there, he made a mistake. I capitalized on that because Ben Yedder's got high work rates, and he ended up pressing the ball very, very high. Okay, here I'm making less mistakes in my final third. Very short, simple passes. All right, not trying to dribble on the ball too much, because I think this gameplay was on Friday, and the servers on Friday were absolutely diabolical. It is an absolute travesty to make us play a game in that. It is probably the worst it's been in this year, 2020. It's been what, we're in our fifth, sixth weekend league, seventh, wherever it is. It's the worst. Being that there's a new promo coming out, being that there were pro tournaments on as well, the servers were very, very bad. What I would advise you to do in these moments here is try and keep your football very, very simple. All right, if the servers are very, very bad, try and keep your football very, very simple, and try not to do too much, because the responsiveness of the game is not going to keep up with how you respond to the game. All right, so try and keep your football very, very simple. Now it's 2-2. All right. What would it be? Should I go back into? A lot of questions that people ask themselves is: should you go back into a formation that should you go back into a formation, or stay where you are? Okay, or stay in the 4-4-2 with the high press. As you guys can see from your screen, I decided to go back into the 4-2-2. All right. Again, it gives me a little bit going forwards. The video, the tactics to this video is on my channel. Check it out. All right. The 4-4-2-2 post patch. All right, I decided to go back into the 4-2-2 post patch because of the fact that it gives me enough security in defense and a little bit more going forwards as well, because Gerrard actually helps out the attack and he drops back into the midfield to help me out as well, and Sissoko's there to provide some assistance. So here I just want to try and control the game. It's 2-2 now. All right, the pressure is now on him. Because my opponent, unless he or she is a very, very good opponent, my opponent just choked a 2-0 lead. A 2-0 lead in FUT Champion is I won't go as far as saying it's money. You know, you're definitely going to get the win. If you're 3-0 up, all right, I've beaten opponents, and I've choked games, not this side of FIFA, but I've choked games where I've been 3-0 up, or I've come back when I've been 3-0 down. But when he or she has choked a 2-0 lead, all right, so therefore now the pressure's on him. So therefore what I'm going to try and do is keep the ball. Now, as you guys can see, my opponent is playing the ball side overload. All right, you can see from when I'm going to have the ball a lot. At half time, I had 3 shots on target. At the end of the game, I'm going to have 12 shots on target. My shooting definitely needs to improve. Or, I don't know, something's wrong with the shooting mechanics, or my shooting needs to improve. Either way, something needs to improve. So within, my opponent is playing the ball side overload. And what this actually doing is that my opponent is getting a lot of rebounds. So every time I take a shot, it's rebounding off a player. As you guys can see, they spread the play, and away they go. All right, so what I want to try and do is be a bit more patient in the attack. All right, so it's 2-2. All right, you were losing. You've brought it back. You're 2-2. You're not winning just yet. All right, because anything can change. If it goes to 3-2, trust me if it goes to 3-2 to your opponent, trust me when I tell you your opponent's going to sit back. All right, because your opponent's just been like, oh my gosh, I just choked a 2-0 lead. It's 2-2. I've managed to bring it back to 3-2. I'm going to be very, very cautious. All right. What you want to try and do is try and keep the ball. You don't want to force the play. As you guys can see, I'm spreading the play back to Emerson to Gerrard. I lose the ball here because I was spending too much time dribbling. Again, the delay was really letting me down. I'll say if I made a mistake, guys, but the delay was really letting me down here because the responsiveness wasn't keeping up with what I was trying to, command my players to do. So I'm trying to keep the ball, not trying to do anything too expansive, trying to keep the ball down, not do many crosses. I'm shooting across the goalkeeper a lot in this game, and I know near post shots are somewhat a lot more, I'm not going to say overpowered, but they're more effective than shooting across the goalkeeper. I'm not going to say overpowered, it is more effective in that respect. Okay. What I've gone and done as well, again, I'm just live commenting this whilst I'm watching back the game as well. I've seen it already, but I activated the overload ball side as well because my opponent is going down the middle. As you can see, he's got Felipe Anderson. He goes back into the middle. He's got Marcelo as well, but as you guys can see, he's always going back inside. Even though he's going on the wing, but he always cuts back inside. He's always going inside, back inside, back inside. Again, I get the rebound. So again, what you need to understand is that how you need to study your opponent, how your opponent is playing, right? I didn't activate the ball side overload straight away. All right, a lot of people say you should do it straight away. I didn't activate the ball side overload ball side straight away. I wanted to see what my opponent is doing. A lot of people are saying one depth, drop back, overload ball side is very, very effective, and unfortunately it is. But for me, I still want to play football. Whether I'm going to try it or not in the weekend league, I don't know just yet. But I still want to do what I want to do in terms of how I play. All right, but I noticed that my opponent is very much playing down the middle. He's in a 4-2-3-1, so I know it's a very narrow formation. Whether he's got a very high width, I do not know. But he's playing the 4-2-3-1, so I'm assuming he's playing very, very narrow. Okay, so I've activated the overload ball side just to cut off any options down the middle, forcing them to go wide. The wider you spread your opponent, the less likely they are going to score. So again, he's got the ball with his fullback. He cuts it back inside again. He wants to go inside and managed to get the ball back with Hazard, who's on comeback on defense. Again, if you want to see my tutorial for my 4-2-2, check it out. I'll put the video. I'll put the link at the end of this video so you guys can click on it as soon as you finish watching this game. So we're coming up to the 75th minute now. It's still 2-2, very close game. The onus is now on him to get back his lead. He had the lead. His lead was very, he had a somewhat comfortable win. All right, 2 early goals. Ideally, what my brother said to me was that when you are leading, I think this stands to reason, but when you are leading, control the game, all right? Don't force it. Don't make any mistakes. Try and stay comfortable. Try probe the attack, but control the game at the same time, all right? So because he's lost a 2-0 lead, especially in FUT Champions, the onus is now on him. Remember that I have to really try. I really need to emphasize that the onus is on your opponent, okay? The pressure is on him. Again, as you can see, I'm taking a few quick swigs of the drink because obviously I want to stay fresh. And that was, again, drinking water really does help as well, all right? Someone said to me that every time a goal is scored, every time the ball goes off the pitch, take a sip of the drink, right? I don't do that a lot, but it's something when I've conceded the goal, I do take a drink, or if I'm in a very high pressure game, I'll take a drink and things like that. So having a drink next to you very much does help as well. All right, so we've spoken about changing tactics, try and stay calm, changing your formation, controlling the game, learning from your mistakes, studying your opponent, and what else do you need to try and get more wins in FUT Champions? If you have a friend, try and speak to one of your friends. I'm on Xbox, so we have Xbox Party. Try and speak to one of your friends so you have someone talking to you whilst the game's going on. If you can live stream your game on Xbox or PlayStation, wherever it is, and they can watch you, then fair enough, go ahead and allow them to do that. Or if they can't, then have them in the party so that they can talk to you as well. Let them know what's going on. And even if you don't want to tell them what's going on, at least have someone there just to try and keep you calm and try and tell you what you need to do. They might ask you, they might be a very good player, say what formation is he in or she in, and you tell them and they say, well, we'll go into this formation because it counts as that. Have someone there that's obviously, even if they're good at the game or not, but have someone there to talk to you to try and stay calm. All right, so here I've got the ball in the box with Sissoko. I'm trying to find gaps in his team, but again, I'm trying. It's so really, this poem was really difficult to break down. I will say this: we did go into extra time to try and get the winner. Again, I get quite fortunate here. Play a nice little a ball inside. I made a big mistake here. You're probably thinking, Don, what did you just do? And as you guys can't see it, but Mike, what I was actually wasn't cussing, but I was really upset because what happened was I squared it. My finger hovered over the LT, which is to LT and shoot is to lob the pass. It hovered over it as I pushed the pass button. I accidentally clipped it and he lobbed it instead, and I made a lobbed shot as opposed to a shot near post, and that would have been GG's right there. So made a big mistake. Going back to my first point, my first tip: do not panic. I made a big mistake. 89th minute opportunity to try and win the game. It's gone now. Don't panic. Don't dwell on the things that happened already. That you can't change it. I was 2-0 down. The more you moan, it's not going to change anything. It is not going to change a single thing in the game when you make a mistake. All right, it's not going to change. I do all the time, guys. I'm not going to say that I don't do it. I do all the time, but I try and say what I've got to say, leave it and move on. All right, get it out, get the frustration out, say what's happened, and then move on and don't dwell on it anymore. Okay, because you're in the middle of a game, you need to think about what you have to do to try and get this win. All right, so just going back to my first point about keeping the composure. Again, I'm still in the overload ball side now. As you guys can see, his width. Looking at the game, his width is very wide. Because as you guys can see, his I'm looking at Mbappe. Mbappe is actually, look as far as saying hugging the touchline, but it's very wide, a lot wider. So here he's trying to find ways to go down on the sides. As you guys switching the play with Kante. He's got Kante. Tried to play a ball into Mbappe, but he can't. Obviously, I've cut off the pass. And I'm away. So I've already sussed out my opponent here, that my opponent is very comfortable going down the middle and they struggle going down the wing. All right. So as long as I stay in this defensive tactic, all right, then I'm golden. Here I got the ball, bang, another ball in between, in the middle. Mane clutches it for us and makes it 3-2. Right. Very comfortable. I made a nice little sub as well. Brought on some fresh legs. Simon's come on. Very explosive winger. Very 5-star weak foot, very fast, very agile, definitely helped me out. And again, he got me an assist. So now I'm winning. I'm very much, the onus now is still on him because now the pressure's on him. This is just an assumption, but your opponent is going to be absolutely fuming because they were 2-0 up and they're now losing 3-2. What do you do in these situations here? I got very lucky there, by the way. What do you do in these situations here? Control the game. You have to control the game. All right, don't start parking the bus. Yes, it is effective in FIFA, but I'm not going to recommend that. When you're winning in this moment here, in the 100th minute, the first half of extra time, people think, right, I'm just going to park the bus and I'm just going to chill. Control the game. All right, here I've got an opportunity to try and extend my win. Got a bit cocky there. Decided to go for a shot near post with Messi. Usually those shots do go in. All right, I was hoping Messi would crack it on the outside of his left foot, but because that's more effective than the right. But again, had an opportunity to score, and I messed up on that occasion. Here I'm trying to stay more attacking, trying to stay in his half. I don't want to keep the ball in my own half. All right. Yes, I've pushed a lot of players up, which is causing me to be very susceptible on the defense. But again, with my opponent, I know he's not going to go down the wing. He's going to start going down the wing, but he wants to cut down. He wants to cut down the middle. All right. So I've already sussed out my opponent in that respect. Here it's the first half extra time. Coming to the end, he cuts the ball in. I already had it covered. Diego Carlos was absolutely clutch for me this weekend. I subbed off PK. PK was doing screen PK doing very badly for me. Brought on Diego Carlos, who's a lesser card than him, but done it exceptionally well. Why? I think because of the agility. All right, agility is definitely much the meta this year. Okay, so again, he plays the ball down the middle. I get my goalkeeper makes a very good save. I've changed one thing about my goalkeeper. Which I'm going to offer. I'm not going to put this. I didn't put this in the title of the video, but it just come to my top of my head. Is I've made my goalkeeper a sweeper keeper, and come for crosses. So when someone crosses, they're more likely to come off their line when there's a cross, and to be more of a sweeper keeper. So he'll come off he will come off his line a lot more quicker. I changed that, and ter Stegen seemed to have done a lot better, especially from crossing situations as well. I conceded more goals though, and I think that's down to me defensively. All right, I think that's down to me defensively. Now, I decided that I wanted to go and sit back. I've got into my ultra defensive now. All right. I've decided that I don't want to try and extend my lead. As you guys can see at the end of this game, I would have 13 shots in total. 12 on target. All right, I've tried to go down, I tried to shoot the more effective way, near post. I tried to go across the keeper. You know, I've tried many different ways of shooting. My shooting is not working. I've decided now that, you know what, I want to keep the win. As you guys can see, I'm not running down the wing with hazard. I'm just keeping the ball. Nice triangle passes, nice shapes I'm making with my pass. But if you look at the passing, there's a passing shapes, lots of triangle passes, square passes. All right, I'm not playing any through balls. I'm just playing the ball to feet. I'm just letting the clock run down and he has to come and get the ball. All right, I'm not parking the bus, but I'm keeping the ball. All right, for some reason this is frowned upon in FIFA. I don't care. All right, I'm not keeping the ball in my defense. I'm keeping the ball in his half, and then once an opportunity presents itself to for me to try and score a goal, I will do it. All right, but for now, I'm going to keep the ball in his half. So I've decided to go to my ultra defensive formation and have everyone drop back in behind the ball and try and get the ball back. Here again, got quite lucky. Varane decided to intercept the cross. So both my centre backs are doing exactly what I asked them to do and intercept the crosses. He's trying to get the ball down the middle. Again, as you guys can see, he just wants the ball. He's not going to go down the byline. He's not going to go down the byline. Nope, he's going to cut back in. So I've already sussed out my opponent in terms of what he wants to do here. I'm just trying to cut off any passing options. All right. Next bit of a tip: try and anticipate what passing they're going to do. Anticipation, another mental side of FIFA. Try and anticipate what your opponent is trying to do. If you can anticipate what your opponent is trying to do, right, and you know how to counter that, you've already got the dub regardless of the score. All right, you've already got the dub. Now I say that kind of because obviously it's FIFA. You can have the absolute, you can absolutely dominate your opponent. But the RNG, you know, and the momentum will just go against you and your opponent gets it. It happened to me this weekend. I suffered probably the worst loss I've ever had in FIFA 20, where I was dominating this guy, but yeah, he still got the win. And even though I had two shots and hit the crossbar, I didn't get it. But hey, that's FIFA. We move on. So there you have it. Managed to get the dub on that occasion from 2-0 down. I bring it back and win it 3-2, and we went 120 minutes. Again, guys, I do say that it was my fault as the reason why I conceded 2 early goals, because I made 2 defensive errors. But you've got to learn from your mistakes very, very quickly in these because FUT Champions is a high pressure game. All right, it's like FUT Champions is like playing a final every game. It's like playing 30 finals. All right, and that's the way you have to see it. You're playing 30 finals. So. And there's the stats, if you guys can see it, obviously 13 shots, 12 on target, here's 4 and 3. So I wasn't sitting back and just trying to concede. I was trying my best to go for it. So guys, there you have it, man. These are just my tips in terms of how to win when losing in FUT Champions, guys. So if you did like this video, if you do like this type of videos as well, guys, obviously drop a like on this video, subscribe so you're up to date with a lot of these tutorials as well. And obviously I live stream on Twitch. The link to my Twitch is down below. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope the tips have helped you. Again, please drop a like if you like this type of videos, and I'll see you at the next upload. Peace.